Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's quite early in the morning. Where I am, it's approximately 2:53. But as I was driving to work this morning, God began to drop something in my spirit. And what that was Genesis 29:31. The Bible says that when God saw that Leah was hated, he opened up her womb. Many times what we do when we acknowledge that we have haters, we begin to complain, gripe, and grumble. But what we don't realize is that our haters cause us to qualify for something that we would not have ordinarily qualified for. The Bible says that in the presence of our enemies, God will prepare a table. God also said that he would make our enemies our footstool. So instead of going on social media and blasting at your enemies or talking about your enemies, begin to thank God for your enemies, because it's your enemies that causes you to qualify for God opening up your womb. And when the womb is opened up, it creates a pathway for something to come out. Somebody help me right now. When the womb is opened up, the woman is able to give birth to that which she has been carrying for 9 months. I'm on here to let somebody know that there's been something that you've been carrying, but your womb has not been open for you to release what God has had on the inside of you. But because enemies have risen up against you, God has opened up your womb. And because he's opened up your womb, he has given you access, and he has given you permission to bring forth and to birth that which he has placed on the inside of you. I want to tell somebody that it is birthing season. It is time to bring that thing forth that God has had on the inside of your womb. From this day forward, don't you talk about your enemies. Don't be upset because of your enemies. Don't be depressed because of your enemies. I don't care if they're in your family. I don't care if they're at your job. I don't care if they're in your school. I don't care if they're in your neighborhood. But thank God for your enemies, because when he says that he will cause your enemies to be your footstool, what is a footstool? A footstool is something that a person stands on in order to reach something that they would not ordinarily be able to reach. What is God saying in that? Is that sometimes he will allow an enemy to be raised up against you in order for you to step on the backs of your enemies to be able to get that which he has already had for you all along, but you wasn't tall enough in order to be able to reach it. I think about apple orchard. Apple tree is pretty large, and in order for them to get the apples that are far up, they sometimes have to use a ladder. They sometimes have to use a really high step stool. And so what I'm saying is, there are blessings, there are promises that God has promised you, but they have been out of your reach. And God knows that they've been out of your reach. So he has caused new enemies. He has caused even sometimes old enemies to come back and rise themselves up against you. So therefore you can reach that which he has had planned for you or set aside for you all along. I'm here to tell somebody that you're about to enter the greatest season of your life. You're about to get some of the things that you never thought that you would get. You're about to be blessed beyond measure. But it had to come through your enemies. As the Bible says, when God saw that Leah was unloved, he opened her womb. And we know that when the womb opened up, we know that she had a few sons for Jacob. I'm here to tell you, it's birthing season. I'm here to tell you that your enemies are not in vain. I'm here to tell you that God's going to cause everything to work together for your good. Be blessed, everyone. Bye-bye.